Welcome back, guys. Now, tonight's adventure is pressure bleeding the brakes. So I've just renewed all the brakes on this van. First time I've done it. Never done any brake work before, so hopefully there's not going to be any leaks. I'll let you have a quick look around what I've done and I'll show you underneath. And then, in fact, before I show you underneath, I'll show you what I've got, which is a pressure bleed bottle. Let's have a quick look around the brake work. I've also got you on a gimbal tonight, something new for a change. So you can see, hopefully see, about there, I've got new rubber hoses to there, and then once we go underneath in a bit, I'll show you all the copper brake lines I've put in. So just have a look around here. Now, how does this gimbal work? It says I'm just playing with this tonight, guys. Right. Let's have a look, make it a bit smoother maybe. So if we can see in here, you can see the rubber pipe work and then the new copper line, which was an absolute killer. Now, I've never done any brake work before, but I'll tell you now, I'll never do it again. Leave it to mechanics. Far too hard. I killed myself to do these brakes. Now, I've got it on a pressure bleeder, which I'll show you now. That's to test for leaks in the lines and also to bleed the brakes through. So let's go up and have a look here. So I've just pumped the bottle up to, well, it was just above 20 psi. It's kind of holding. I've got to hold there for 5 minutes and see if it drops. If it drops, it means I've got a leak. So let's just go around and check all the pipes here. So can't see anything leaking there. See the new brake work there. Had to learn how to flare nuts. Really tricky. Nothing coming out of that nipple at the moment. Basically, I'm going to bleed where it's going to leak will be underneath, which I'll show you in 2 seconds. Where I had to join old pipes with new. I'm pretty sure if I don't get it right there, it's going to leak. Unless it's leaking into this bottle already. Yes, it is. Right. Okay, so that's why the pressure's down. Let me just take that off for a second. You might just be able to see it leaking there. Basically, I had to get these nipples off or loosened. You can see it just beginning to weep. So this is the first one I've loosened. Let me just tighten it back up because we're doing a pressure test at the minute. I forgot I'd done that actually, so that's my mistake. But at least we know it was working. You see it in the bottle there, beginning to leak into the bottle. Good. Put that back on. So basically, let me get a light and how's this gimbal looking? I'm still getting used to it. It's obviously supposed to be smooth. It was a second-hand thing. It was like 25 quid because it fits my old camera. In fact, there's something on the lens of the camera. Let me just... That was the gimbal freaking out because I let go. Just wipe the camera here. Sorry, guys. Probably edit this bit. Maybe not. Is that better? Right, hopefully. So pressure test at the moment should be sitting now. I've tightened that one up. Should be sitting at 20 psi. I'll get a light and we'll go under and have a look. Let's just go back and see if it's sitting at 20 psi or not. Hopefully will be. Yeah, it's perfect. It's almost perfect. Just twist you down. So you see it there, it's sitting bang on 20 psi. You're supposed to have this thing level, but I've just for the video, I'm just tilting it this way. So that's looking good. It's not losing pressure. 20 psi, brilliant. So I'll leave it for 5 minutes is the recommended. basically you pump this up, there's a feed tube in here which comes all the way around, and that feeds the reservoir, and the reservoir is going to be absolutely full. You can see here the main ABS. I've had to renew a line, that's to the front brake, so that's not leaking, which is a bonus. Brilliant, it's a good sign. And obviously the rest of the brake pipes go all the way around. You just have a scoot round here. What I'll do is I'll take you under. Whoa, what's happening? Come here. Yeah, I'll take you under and show you the join I had to make. Because I've had. Come here, this is Gimbal too. I don't know how. Whoa, where are you going? I don't know how to work it yet. I'll take you under and I'll show you the joins I had to make, which were an absolute nightmare. How mechanics could be bothered to do this for a living, I don't know. It's an absolute killer. Let's just adjust you slightly. Right, where are we? So, you should, whoa, stay still. So you should be able to see there's a join there. And then that pipe runs all the way, brand new pipes, all the way to the back. You see them continuing. I'll just adjust you. Continue all the way at the back. Nightmare to run. That's not the original route. The original route was underneath the fuel tank, but I just physically wasn't going to drop the tank, so I've got these two joins. Now that's, you see this join here, that's factory into new, and same with this one. Now that's where I'd be worried about leaks, because I've never flared brake lines before. Never even bled them. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you. I'll give it another couple of minutes. We'll go back, have a look at the PSI on the bottle, make sure that that's not dropped, and then we have to start bleeding away on the furthest line. So the furthest line is the one I've got the bottle on, which is on a Sprinter. It is the right hand driver's side rear, then it'll be passenger side rear, then it'll be passenger side front, and then passenger side driver's side. That's the sequence. You start with the longest line, get the most stuff out first, so you don't get bubbles through. Well, that's the theory anyway. I've never done it before, but give it a go. This is all work towards the MOT. Still got one code left on the ECU, which is an injector code. It needs to be, the quantities need to be programmed in, because I did so much messing about with the computer myself. I zero calibrated the injectors, which means they don't know how much stuff to squirt in, but it's running, it's perfect. It's actually, it's never run so good, but I just need that light off for the MOT, so that's the next thing. But I thought I would just get, while it's sitting, get all the brakes done, get everything finished, and then I've got new tyres as well. I need to spray the rims. I'm just going to spray them black, tidy them up, and then hopefully once it goes in for that, then we can start actually doing things. Right, let's go and check on the let's go check on the old I like this gimbal. It's a bit strange, very hard to know which way to turn it. It seems to, when you turn your wrist, obviously it turns the gimbal, but then the gimbal does its own kind of thing, goes up and down. Weird. But hopefully it's nice and smooth, although it seems to be going up a lot. Let's try this one. Right, okay. Let's go and have a look here at this bottle. It's perfect, still holding pressure. Sorry guys, memory card died. Let's take this round and start to bleed the brakes. This gimbal's freaking me out. I don't know if I like it or not. It's just not doing what I want it to do. But maybe it's just me. Right, there we go. God, that's bright. Right, hopefully we can see in now. Have a look. Right, so basically I'm using a small set of mole grips because I couldn't basically cracked the nipple any other way. It was just absolutely sea solid. So that's, I don't know if that's, oh, yes. You see it in the bottle there? That's the air coming through. We'll just take it nice and slow. I need to keep checking the pressure at the front of the van as well. Seems to be coming through nice. Probably could do with a bit more maybe, I don't know. Can still hear it hissing. We'll just leave it for now. Here we go. Oh, that looks like fluid. Nice one. Right. A few air bubbles in it, which there will be because it's a brand new line. That's looking good. We may have to go and check the pressure at the front just to make sure that there's enough pressure. That's looking good. Okay. Let's go and check the pressure at the front. Still holding pressure pretty well. Still saying 20. Okay, good. And we're back using the crocodile clip because I like the gimbal, but it's just weird. I'm just not used to it. So, done all the brakes, bled them all. Went round with brake cleaner and gave all of them a squirt just to have a look, just to make sure none of them are leaking. Let's have a look in. Right, so it's still, take that light, it's still under pressure, 20 psi, and that's the brake cleaner just fading away there. So everything looks good, all the joins look good, none of them are leaking, which I'm well chuffed with. Let's hopefully it still should be still about 20. Yeah, perfect. Bang on, it's not moved. You see the fluid there? That's just some air going up. But the air will go into the top of the reservoir, so it's basically leaking back. So the one on the ABS pump, that's not leaking. Brilliant. I was really worried about leaks. First time I've done this, so this one's looking good as well. Nothing out the nipple now, and that join is perfect. The two underneath, I'm not going to show you, but the two underneath are good as well. Not leaking. Back one. Yeah. Really pleased. Thank God for that. I was beginning to really stress about brakes because if you've never flared brake nuts and wire before, copper pipe before, it's pretty hard. But got there in the end, so that's that. So that's the brakes done. Next wee job is, in fact I'll just take it to the shed now and show you. Boom. I've got 4 tyres there, not brand new but part 1, got them off on the Mark, good tyres, Michelin's. What I want to do is spray the rim. I'm going to have to clean that, look at that, it's a state. Clean that, spray it black, and I've got like black hubcaps. I was just looking at my rat trap there, someone's had the bait. But I didn't catch it. I've got black wheel trims there. I'm gonna put them back on. So that'll be the next job, is get these out, wash them, probably pressure wash them, brake cleaner on top, and then spray them. So that's the next wee job. But I am pleased with tonight's brake bleeding. Gone really well, no leaks, can't believe it, first time I've flared pipe. Hopefully once the wheels are on, we'll take it for a run up and down the drive, see what it's like. I am a bit concerned about, I'll show you. You probably noticed when I showed you the ABS pump, one of the nuts, well the nut with the copper pipe is further down than the originals. Now, I don't know if that makes a difference or not, but that I just screwed it down hand tight, so I don't know if that's going to make a difference or not. So I'll just show you this. We can probably let off this now. So what we do now is press this air valve here, and I believe it should bleed back. Yeah, you see it bleeding back. Perfect. Basically sucking, but it's sucking that back in till the pressure goes down to 0. That's perfect. So the reservoir will be too full, so we will have to suck some of that out. Oh, I'm well impressed with that, I'll tell you. So this has got a quick release fitting on it as well. Boom. Just like so, and then ooh, perfect. Take that off. Right, so the reservoir is far too full. I'm probably gonna have to, let's just put this. So I've got loads of stuff left in the bottle. That was what was bled through. I'll probably reuse that, put it in. Now this here, that is for actually tightening the air cap. I was trying to work out what it was earlier, but that's for tightening the, when you fill it with fluid, then you tighten it with this, and it just gives it a right good seal. I'd say this was 40 quid, this pressure bleeder. It's a non-named brand. It looks identical to a Sealy pressure bleeder, and I'll tell you, the build quality is fantastic. Everything works the way it should. Silicone hose, so it's not going to perish or degrade. Really pleased with it. I mean, that'll be handy in the future. Leave that there. How am I going to get all this out here? Right, I don't need to take too much out because the max line's there. I have got a wee syringe somewhere. I could probably suck some of that out, no bother. Which is probably what I'm going to do. And then I'll come back and show you the max line, because I need to go and find the... Is it at the max line? It's actually not far off max. I don't know if you can see there. That's a better view. It's just that I would say it's a little bit above max. I'm just going to take a wee suppy out, just in case. And then that'll be that. So I'm pleased with that. That's gone well. That's all leading up to the MOT. It's insured. I need to get it MOT'd and taxed. Lovely night here. It's about 10 o'clock at night. Nice and still. Not a breath of wind tonight, thank God. Although it's not warm. It's about 14 degrees, which for a few days after the summer solstice is quite cold. Yeah, so that sky's a way to go red, I would say. You might not be able to see it on this camera, but it's beginning to go pink at the moment. Got a nice red sun in a second. So that's that, guys. Like I say, something new learned there with the flaring of the brakes, and obviously pressure bleeding I've never done before either. Running brake lines is an absolute nightmare, so I would suggest taking it to a garage. And what I did was I broke it down over 4 nights. Just did one line at a time. In fact, let's go and have a wee see in the van. I've not been in the van for a couple of days, have I? So a couple of videos. We'll take this light with us so we can see what we're doing. Put that there. Van is an absolute state, as you'll see again in a second. But it's all leading up to getting it MOT'd and getting on the road so we can get a holiday in it, because as you know, everything's still shut down. Oof, right we are. One of the next jobs I need to do is drink some beer. And then after that, let's get this light, god damn it, it's bright, man. Let's have a look around here. So, got a TV there. Guy at work, Andy, gave it to me. I I think there's something wrong with it, but he says it works like if it's plugged into an aerial, which is, I don't really watch TV, it's more for the wife and the daughter. One of the next jobs is going to have to be this bathroom, finish it up, and you can see over the few years it's been sitting, started to come away there. That's going to have to be silicone back in. That side's not too bad, but that side's not looking great at all. I would say the cold and the heat does that. This all needs cleaned, and a hole needs to go in there so we can actually have drainage for a shower. And at the beginning of here I need to put in like a stopper to stop water coming out, basically. All these little jobbies that I haven't got around to doing because I've been busy with family life for a couple of years. But now that the girl's 3.5, she's getting up, she's wanting to do things. Yeah, all this is getting changed. All that black rubber's coming off, and I'm going to go for something a bit girly. It's going to be a that sounds bad, but not girly, I just want to make it more homely for my daughter and my wife, because yeah, it's my project, and you know, black, grey and white, it's quite neutral colours, so I just want to make it a little bit, I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do yet, but I've got a nice idea just to make it a little bit more homely for them. You know, I like the colour scheme, but it is a bit bland, so I'm going to bring a bit of colour into the back here just for them, just to make it nice. Oh yeah, leisure battery. So obviously it's been off the road for a while, leisure battery's completely fried, so I'm going to have to buy another one, and I'm actually going to redo the electrics. Not redo them, just tidy them up, because they worked everything the first time round. This is like a second time round doing this van up. So I'm just basically just gonna tidy them up, make them a lot neater, make it a lot easier to find wires, because the last time I kind of threw them in there just to get everything ready so we could go away and do things, but I really want to make it good this time. So if it is ever sold, I mean, the next person will be able to kind of see what to do with it. Right, so that's my little job tonight, the old brakes. I'm only whispering because I think both of them are asleep, and my neighbour was out in her garden, so I don't want to be being too loud at this time of night. Not that they would mind, but